Hey. Uh, so I'm back here in Alaska. I have been reflecting on the last year and a half pretty heavily um, in the last couple weeks since I've been back in Alaska and trying to synthesize basically my experience, um, the way I've acquired information about the world, how it functions, meaning, purpose, um, just awareness as a whole. And there's some things that can be simply stated about what humans as a whole, or just reality, even more generally as a whole, is doing. And it could be summarized as simply as we are becoming more conscious. Um, it's totally separate of like kind of ontologies, things like panpsychism, etc. It's that each generation has become more being-like and less thing-like, which to me can be simply extrapolated into what are we doing here? What is our purpose? What is our meaning? Is to become more conscious. And I think that that will strike some people as a little mystical, or maybe even not necessarily useful, because I've made this comment before within a group, and one of the responses was, well, go sit on a mountain, you know. You can go ahead and go and get more conscious. Okay? We're trying to fix the problems or something of that nature. And it makes me reflect on what's basically the most useful thing I could be doing um, to try and communicate this, that it's so simple. It's really fucking simple. I have to actually repeat this. It's so fucking simple. It's so incredibly simple. Okay? There is no difference between me or you or any of this. I don't want to get this conflated with some kind of like spiritual bypass woo-woo. Okay? It's that quite literally we have to take it seriously that that is not concept, uh, temporary, something that you kind of vacillate between in your direct experience. That is all the time, 100% how you view the world. That your direct experience of the world is that you have, there is no difference between you, me, anything, and quickly you can go a step farther and say, once that is your direct experience, that there is no difference, it will become quickly clear that there in fact is nothing at all. And I'm not quite clear how it manifests when we become more and more conscious, more and more aware, how that physically manifests or presents itself. I don't know what the singularity is. I don't know if it even really matters that we hurry it or we don't. Honestly, probably doesn't. I mentioned the term useful before. I don't know if it's even necessary to be useful anymore. It's just really interesting to imagine how most people will not be able to grasp this. But this is the most simple thing, and yet the most difficult to understand, apparently. There's so much illusion, so much delusion, so much believing the story, so much suffering, so much ego, so much unawareness, so much neoteny. But it's fading, slowly but surely, but faster and faster, in fact. And part of this whole singularity thing is that we're going to come face to face with the most profound question, the most existential question that we can really fathom. Who am I? What the fuck am I doing here? Why any of this? No one can avoid that. Progressively, there may be a lack of awareness at this point for most people about the implications of things like AI. I'll just give the elevator pitch of it. I could go into depth for hours and hours about it, of course. No one has to work, ever. Ever again. Never, ever, ever again. You don't have to do jack shit that you don't want to fucking do. Okay? It will annihilate, eliminate any sort of manual labor thing that's not on your agenda, you'd rather not do. Okay? We'll be able to create paintings, music, art, poetry, literary pieces of all kinds, movies, better than any human or group of humans have ever been able to do and will ever be able to do. Okay? Humans will have, I don't know what it is that causes us to have the ability to orient our attention towards something, what that appears to be at the very, 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 very fucking bottom of it all is that, yes, we may not have free will to, on, our nature and nurture, but at the same fucking very moment, we are in correlation with right now, and our attention is the only thing that we have. And where we direct that attention is the source of creativity. There's a direct link between where we give our attention and the manifestation of, novelty, creativity, evolution. And the fact that we are becoming aware of that fact, that we are aware of the fact that we are the ones generating this all, draws back into the most profound question of, what are we doing here? And when we become so aware of the fact that we are doing this, and that we are not this body, this is one manifestation of it, one perspective of it, and that it increasingly becomes a conglomeration of perspective, a unification of the experience, that if we take it quite seriously that we're trying to have something like world peace, eliminate suffering, trying to enhance people's lives, make it better, just have a good life, something just so simple, having a good life. Part of that is unifying perspective, gaining new perspective. So drawing back into what's the most useful thing I can do right now. Put this video out. I don't know. The more people who come to this conclusion, because it's really just at the very fucking bottom of it all. It's kind of obvious. So simple. But people figure it out when they do. And now, guess it's just like kind of a tipping point thing. I'm on the scale of unity of consciousness. I'm on the side of that, and I know there are other people out there, and just gotta unify them one way or another. We're finding ourselves. We're figuring out what this is. We are becoming aware of it. The universe is figuring itself out, however you want to put it. There's the illusion of separation. It actually doesn't exist. And we are at the profound moment of, if this universe is really 13.8 billion years or whatever it is, something is happening. Something is unquestionably coming to I hesitate to use words like eschaton. Maybe not. Something profound is happening though. There's no fucking doubt about that. Yeah. Synth bio, large language models, visual language models, robotics, nanotechnology, fusion, infinite energy, psychedelics. Put all those things in together. Something that we cannot imagine, that we cannot even fucking grasp right now, is coming to fruition. Quickly. Very quickly. In the span of the universe, again, if it's 13.8 billion years, or whatever, okay, we are definitely on the final steps of something. So, I don't know. It's like words just kind of fucking run out. Like people are like, yeah, we need to like regen culture and we need to defy this and we need to Dao that and we need to fucking label this and box that and system this, and I kind of have exhausted it all. It's like it doesn't fucking that's not the way it all concludes. It's not doesn't matter what fucking system you're in. Like the medium is the message. I'm trying to figure this out further. Trying to fucking synthesize it. How to fucking make sense to people about this? And it's so simple. So obvious. So fucking obvious. When we're ready, it will happen. It. It. Keep referring to it as it. It will happen. Something. It. We're not quite there yet, though. There's still this illusion. There's still the Maya. There's still awareness to be had. Ego to dissolve. Whatever the fuck ego is. Ego is illusion. Ego is a sense of separateness. Dissolving it. Coming back into the source. Being profoundly aware of your sense of unity. All the time. Direct experience. For yourself. No one else telling you about this. I guess rather convincing you of it. Or trying to sell you on the idea. It's not an idea. It's not something that I'm trying to fucking pander off or fucking pitch as a philosophy. It's each and every one of our own direct experiences of the world. Exactly that. It is no independent of every fucking. There is nothing else. There is no other thing out there. It's you, your direct experience, your fucking continued sense of unity, of home, of oneness. Okay? All the time. All the time. And I'm going to keep hammering at this, because without a shred of doubt, this thing we call science, relative objects, this, that, you, me, is a scaffolding, is a mature way of describing what it is I'm trying to say. That there is nothing at all. And I will keep on trying to articulate this stairway, this gradual spiral stairway, transcending process up into, from a material perspective, okay, into an absolute unity. Okay? That everything we see around us is a metaphor or some kind of expression of unity. Okay? From the fucking fractals of all the plants and the Fibonacci sequence and the fucking pi and blah blah blah, sacred geometry, blah 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 blah. Okay? It is all pointing towards exactly one thing, which is your direct experience as unity, as one. Okay? And then, which is not even really necessary to say, but I will say again, okay, is you realize there was never anything at all. There is nothing. There is nothing. So again, why? Why am I here? Because, why am I saying this? Because it needs to be simply put, there doesn't need to be all this Rupert Spira and fucking, life coaching and all this fucking other, hesitate. I don't even really, it's not that I want to dog on some people like Rupert Spira or whoever, okay? Good for them. They're doing their best, okay? I'm saying we don't even need to make it this complicated, okay? It is just so simple, okay? That when you are exhausted of all of these illusions of a sense of purpose or meaning, okay? When AI literally takes away everything that you thought you could do that would make you have a purpose or some kind of like, I'll make the world a better place, okay? It's all going to go. Let me say this again. It is all going to go, okay? Whatever it is that your teaching is or your practice is, okay, it doesn't fucking matter, because everyone will have access to that, okay? All of it is unified. And then the profound fucking question comes. Not just this series of profound questions. Okay? Who am I? What am I doing here? What are we doing here? Why is this happening? Why anything at all? And your mind will try and grapple with the fucking, oh, it's my parents' fault, or, well, if I just tried harder, or just all of these kind of like relative ideas, all these things that are connected to your experience of the world and your limited perspective and your sense of separation. And those will dissolve, okay? Because you realize it's not anything out there again. It's not anything that's like, oh, something else is doing this to me, or I had no control. No, it all kind of fades away because there's complete forgiveness. There's complete acceptance. There's an awareness of how radically you are you, okay? You become so profoundly aware of your own existence, and you're so profoundly open to the experience of it all. Your sense of self expands once you become radically you. You begin to incorporate and expand your sense of self. You are everything. Not just some woo-woo or, idealistic idea or some kind of pitch, the way to view the world. No, your direct experience is that you are expanding. You are more. You are